Commerce Emperor, one of the newest series by Maxime J. Durand, has one of the coolest magic systems I've ever had the pleasure of checking out. Let's talk about it. Hey there everybody, welcome back to Fantasy Inc. My name is Wyeth, and today we're talking about Commerce Emperor, a series that was written by Maxime J. Durand, who is probably one of my favorite authors out there right now. He is a magician in the lit RPG space, as well as has a lot of great fantasy series, and this one is straight fantasy. What I really do appreciate about Void Herald is he has the ability to really take on a different voice or a different writing style when he goes from project to project. Commerce Emperor has a much more serious tone than some of his other works, specifically Valkyr the Dragon, and it is hitting every single note in my opinion. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump into a semi-spoiler review. Try not to give too much info away, but giving you all enough info to pick this one on up. Robin, our protagonist, is a young man in his early 20s who grew up on the streets after his mother and father died of the plague. He was taken in by a gang, and that gang has trained him up after seeing his intelligence as a kid to make them money. He has the ability to con, cheat, steal, and even kill if he needs to. So not on the idealized side of the law. But Robin, however, wants to go straight and use the money he saved up through the years to create a business. Doesn't matter what the business is, he's got the intelligence to make sure whatever he chooses, it's going to flourish. That is until the goddess of the land has sent out all her marks for the 21 chosen heroes, and Robin himself has gained the mark of the merchant, and the power that he has in the palm of his hand, or just the words he speaks, is truly incredible. And that leads me to my first pro. This magic system is wonderful. I loved everything about this magic system. Each character has their own set of abilities that they have access to do, and it's not like spell casting, or you're not tracking mana either. If it's within their wheelhouse, depending on the hero that they are, they have the ability to instantly make it happen. To be quite candid with y'all, I think Robin has the best power out of all of them, even though it may be a support class and not an attack class. Again, not a lit RPG, I just enjoy using the lingo. Going into the con of this series, it has 2 interludes. Now, I don't think the interludes are bad at all. It just gives more insight into characters around Robin. I'm just on the fence with interludes in general. I do see the service that they provide, but I also feel, in general, again, that it's just an easier way for the author to give detailed info on side characters where they didn't want to organically put it into the main storyline. Again, in this book, the interludes are well done, and the insight you gain into some of the characters around Robin are very useful to understanding how they act and what their histories are. But, you know, it's just kind of a pet peeve of mine, so I digress from there. Jumping into the second pro, the story itself is very, very efficient, and I say that in a good way. The book, if you listen to it on an audio platform, is about 12 hours long on normal speed. Again, I never listened to normal speed. How do you think I could read all these books if I did? But even though it's on the shorter side of novels / books out there, this one is hitting every single note of the hero's journey very quickly, but also very naturally. And that goes to the fact that Void Herald, or Maxime J. Durand, is just a phenomenal author. And though he started only a couple of years back, he has been incredibly busy. You know, like, the man has, if not 8 different series out there, at least 8 different worlds he's built. I think some have been novels, but others have been series. And the man is continuing to push these books on out to his audience, and I'm just so thankful that his pace is exactly where it is, because, you know, we can think of other series out there that we've been waiting a decade or so for the next installment, and it's not like they're working on multiple series at a time, but again, I guess I'm just taking shots this video. I hope y'all can indulge me. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump to the deep dive. So if you have not already picked this book on up, feel free to check out my description below. You can read it for free on the Royal Road link, or if you're looking for an audio format, feel free to click on the affiliate link down in the description. Again, if you want to support Maxime J. Durand, you're welcome to do so. His Patreon link is also in the description below, and I highly recommend just checking out any of his work, even if Commerce Emperor is not for you. With that said, I do appreciate y'all's time, and be sure to keep reading. All right, y'all, let's talk about this magic system. The fact that Robin can buy and sell anything just blows my mind. And, you know, it's a simple idea, but when it's executed this well, it goes to show that it's a fantastic idea. Really what sold me on the series was within the first chapter when he's speaking with Eris, aka the Wanderer, if I'm remembering her name correctly, and he has the ability to buy someone's eye color. And she just no longer has any coloration in her eyes. And after that, Robin just finds a way to buy and sell anything and everything, with some stipulations. You can see that Void Herald definitely took some inspiration from series like Mother of Learning, where there's a lot of testing that goes into figuring out one's powers. And definitely our main character, Robin, does a lot of that initially on the boat trip when he's speaking with the artisan as well as the monk. And it's so interesting, and I really did get lost in the words, just figuring out what are the rules of his power. Other powers are a little more straightforward, such as the monk has the ability to replicate immediately any movement that she sees. So if she, for example, like we saw in the book, had the desire to become a blacksmith, she'd just have to watch a blacksmith do his work for a day or two. And you get to see that Void Herald put a lot of thought into how these powers would work together. Once Robin realizes it, he can access the memories and the experiences gained by the monk class and sell it to other people. And she can automatically relearn it after that. Just that, and one example, as well as the 20 or 30 other times that he's able to almost cheat the system, or at least exploit it. It truly ends up showing how cool that this magic system really is. Going over to another aspect of the story, it's a lot more medieval than a lot of the series I've been reading recently, and I'm vibing with it. It has definitely a lot of potential now with the heroes having returned to really industrialized places, and we're getting to see that aspect in Archfrost because so many heroes have decided to come to this town and see if they can basically bring it back from the disaster it was facing. And I'm very interested to see where this thread goes with the demon organization leaders named after the 7 deadly sins, as they actually may have been the first heroes that were created by the goddess, because Greed is definitely having a lot of similarities to Robin's merchant class. Though we got the information that since it was only 7, the artisan class and the alchemist may have also been combined, and maybe the goddess just decided it was too much power for one person to have, or 7 in this case, and split it up. So now it's going to be whether or not they have the ability to work together as a team. And with that said, it seems like not all the heroes are on the same side as of right now. I did really, really enjoy this series and cannot wait to see what else is coming down the pipeline from Maxime J. Durand. If he keeps coming out with books like this, other series as well, I haven't read through all of his work, he truly might be my favorite author, and I am pretty excited about that notion because right now the spot is being contested. I do appreciate everyone's time. I hope y'all pick this one up specifically, but if you don't, either way, be sure to keep reading.